Welcome back to the White Wolf Tarot. We're going to go into air signs over the weekend. And it's the only thing I didn't give during the week. We didn't get around to that, so we're going to go ahead and give those now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the White Wolf Tarot. Okay. I'm going to start with Gemini. Gemini, right now, you're in the mind space of this controlling nature. You don't want to take on too much responsibility, and you don't feel like anything in this given situation during this course of time is your problem. That's somebody else's responsibility, and you don't want to take on too much of that on yourself. Your decisions made to move on from this situation somehow or eventually, you're not really amused with what's going on in your current situation. This did have you in your head for a while, but you've already made the decision to clear out the cycle in your life. Whether that's in regards to a person or your current living situation or your status, as in what is occurring in your life. You're pretty much done with that cycle. You're not in the mood to take on a huge lot of responsibility right now. You're trying to balance out the scales and be impatient in that endeavor. You do have the tools you need to move on from the situation or get over the situation. You want to be more independent and to yourself regarding money, finances, and taking control over your own life. You are looking at this as a missed opportunity, but you also see the person you're currently with at this point in time, you're seeing them as a controlling individual, even though both of you are being kind of controlling individuals. And there's a lot of arguments and disputes in that situation right now. You are going to be offered another opportunity in love that's coming in. That's an emotional opportunity. At the same time, you're working on your 9 of Cups. The offer that's coming into your life, Gemini, has got you in your head about it. You're receiving two different, completely two different offers. One is an emotional offer from this immature human being. You know that, and you're not amused by it. The other one is this Knight of Swords who's in and out of your life, giving you a lot of information, but not a lot to work with. And over this current situation, in this current time period, you don't really want to mess with any of this. You want to go back to somebody from your past. You haven't been around that person for a while. You want some kind of reconciliation with somebody that you were in a relationship prior to the current events that are going on now, which has caused a lot of argument and a lot of problems in the situation. You see all this nonsense that's going on as somebody else's karma. The crap they're suffering, the person that you're trying to separate yourself from right now is going through karma. You see it as karma because whatever transpired or took place, you see this individual as deserving what they get right now. You're not really saying anything about that too much, but you kind of view it as, well, that's what you get for being an ass. That's kind of what I get from this. And that's why you tend to move on. You want your ideal of happiness is not their ideal of happiness. And there's kind of a rub right there right now. You are coming into the cycle where you're going to be learning some new things, Gemini, when it comes to your 9 of Pentacles. Because there's things in life that you want that this other individual just, it doesn't match up. And there's really no love in this situation. I don't see a lot of cups in this current situation that you're involved with. From your end, you don't really love this individual. That whole cycle was more or less like, you were having fun at the time. You really didn't want to tie down with responsibilities, and it's gotten to be too much, is what I see. So you're showing up in this emperor status, somebody that's kind of wanting to have control over your own life, your own money. Emotionally stable within yourself. You don't want to rely on somebody else for that. You're in your defense about it because you think you're thinking logically about the situation, nor do you want tied down to anything. So you're no longer going to be taking a leap of faith into this situation, nor wanting to invest any more time into it. You kind of see this as dead space. It's not getting anywhere. And this is overall justice in the situation. Things balancing out. That person getting their karma for the crap that they caused or it happened in their given situation. And even though you're not necessarily talking about your emotions in this whole aspects of things, this from an emotional level or a viewpoint, this is actually what you're feeling more internally. You're not necessarily not necessarily sharing everything you're thinking right now with somebody else. You're keeping a lot of this bottled up and thoughts inside, and you have other options. You've been toying around with this. You've been kind of a player, okay? Gemini, you've been involving other people sexually in your life. I can see that here. Outside of your relationship, you've been playing around, toying around with the ideals of thoughts of freedom and freedom in your own manner. You don't want tied down to anybody right now. You really don't want that level of a relationship right now. And you really don't want the responsibility in your life. Although, oddly enough, you're acting like that, you still want to reconcile with somebody from the past, even though you're not taking relationships seriously at all. So, what? No.
No? I just saw it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. What we're discussing there is something in the read that popped up that she was pointing at, but that's not the overall emotion behind the read. And oftentimes readers read different for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But there's a reason why I say that. But it's... So anyway... In this, it indicates that the current person you're with and you are both cheating on one another. That's what she's pointing out. I didn't want to come out and say that, but since she's going to point that out, and not only that, she's reading it in a different way. She just didn't understand that that's... But I'll come out and say that. You are actually cheating on one another. The person that you're with and you are cheating on one another, Gemini. But, again, it says here that you're not even really interested in the relationship you're in right now. So, you don't want tied down with responsibility. And this given situation has tied you down with a lot of responsibility that you just don't want. You're just not in that kind of headspace. You haven't took on that kind of level of what you want in a given relationship, and that's just not what you're about right now, and you don't want the responsibility. I can see that here. So, Gemini, it's saying don't let your past hold you back. Okay. It's time to release all the negativity in this given situation. Let it go. It's time to let it go, Gemini. You don't want this in your life anymore. You don't want this in your headspace anymore. You don't want the responsibility or take on that responsibility. Let it go. There's no sense of beating a dead horse. Okay. It's time to take action, Gemini. It's time to take action and move on from the situation and just get out of your headspace about it. It's not doing you any good. It's not doing this person any good that you keep dragging around, that you don't even want in your life. There's no love in the situation. You're both cheating on each other. And it's time for you to build something of your own. You want to be in this emperor status? Fine, be in the emperor status. Build up your own money. Do things that are good for you in the current situation. Do what's good for you, Gemini. Okay? Do it in an open and honest manner. There's no sense of dragging it out and lying to yourself and lying to other people to make people feel good, or being in that low vibration. That don't help, especially if you've decided that that's what you don't want this in your life, and you're caught up in this more responsibility, being tied down, then it's a possibility that it's just time to rip the Band-Aid off. Sometimes it's just better to rip the Band-Aid off and be done. Okay? You're not taking on a lot of responsibility, nor do you want the responsibility, nor do you feel like it's your responsibility. You feel like it's somebody else's responsibility. Yeah, it's got you in your head. I mean, you've been thinking about it. You've already placed judgment over the situation. You want to go offer a stable offer towards somebody else, somebody that was from your past, whether that be an ex-lover or somebody, or a friend. You're ready to offer your pinnacle somewhere else. And that actually is going to lead to your 10 of Pentacles, your financial abundance. When you separate from this individual that you're trying to get away from now, and you reconcile with that person in the past, that's going to lead you to financial abundance. The current situation you're in right now is just making you stagnant and taking on a lot of unnecessary things that you don't want to be responsible for. So my best suggestion is do what's best for you, Gemini. Don't stay stagnant in a situation. You got to do what's right for you. And again, I get the Justice card. This is overall justice in the situation. Okay. You also feel like this person brought this on themselves. And from what I can see from the read, you're not entirely wrong. That's all I have for you today for the White Wolf Tarot. I'm saying God bless. Namaste, sending you love and light, and we'll see you next time on the White Wolf Tarot. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, folks. We'll see you next time.